Okay, we're going to start Parshas Korach, page 3 in these pamphlets. So here the Alter Rebbe is going to explain the main theme of the Parsha, which is the Parshas Korach, the argument that Korach had with Moshe Rabbeinu and Aaron HaKohen. So when you look at the Inyanim B'Pashtos, so it seems that Korach was he was jealous. As Rashi brings down, Moshe Rabbeinu took too much. He also should have gotten. He was also a descendant of Levi. He also should have received a certain portion above and beyond just the fact that he was a Levi. But the Alter Rebbe, even B'Pashtus, even the Inyan Alpi Nigla, based on the Medrash, the Alter Rebbe already shows in the beginning of the Maimer that the Inyan that was bothering Korach, or that brought the machlekes between Korach and Moshe, was much deeper than just a stamazay akina, jealousy. So let's see inside. Vayikach Korach ben Yitzhar ben Kohas ben Levi. So fragt the Alter Rebbe, lahavini in the machlekes Korach v'adasi al Moshe v'Aaron. We need to understand the machlekes. So he brings a medrash. Uberabbe's Parshas zu. Omer Rabbi Levi, lama chala Korach al Moshe. So what was the reason? Not stam as a akina, that he was jealous, but what was the reason that there was the machlekes between Korach and Moshe? Omar, so Korach said, Ani bnei shel shemen. It seems that the nekuda between the machlekes that was bothering him was connected with the shemen. There's two types of shemen, as the Medrash says. There's the shemen hamishcha, and then there's an innate aspect of shemen. So Korach says, "Ani bnei shel shemen." In other words, Korach had the Indian of shemen mitzad himself. It's the fact that he was ben yitzar. Yitzar means shemen. Shnema v'sireish v'yitzarecha. It's often the Medrash. Asher nishbel avisecha lasislach tirir ze yain v'yitzarecha zeh shemen. And Korach was the son of Yitzar. He says he had innately the Indian of shemen. And what's the mile of shemen? Shemen rises to the top. So so they took the Madach, the Eses Moshe and Aaron, who their Indian of shemen was mitzad the fact that shemen, they were anointed with shemen. And so just the fact, so you see the mile of shemen is just the fact they were anointed as not Lukuna Malchus. They took Kuna and Malchus. Ani Shani Bnei Shel Shemen. So Ein and Himshach V'Nasakein Melech. So Korach felt he had the Indian of Shemen by him was much deeper, because he was Ben Yitzhar. So Miyad Nechla Kal Moshe. That's what brought him to have the machlekes with Moshe. Ad Kan L'Sheni Vayin Shom Barichas. So we see from this medrash that Rebbe opens up with this medrash that the Indian of the machlekes of Korach and Moshe is not stam as a Indian for Kina, but an Indian which was a shita. Korach's Indian that Korach was arguing with Moshe was because Korach felt that he had the Indian much more than Moshe and Aaron. So to understand this, what was Korach? What was the Yisod? He says, what was Korach's shita? His perspective that as a result of that he had the machlekes between Moshe and Aaron. V'gam hashaychus l'machlekes shecholak al kunas Aaron. We also need to understand that besides the fact that he argued on kunas Aaron, cholak gam kein al mitzvahs tzitzis. So we find that Korach, one of the aspects of Korach's argument was legabe the mitzvah of tzitzis. Rashi says, Tala shekulet cheles chayeves b'tzitzis p'tura. One of the questions that Korach asked Moshe Rabbeinu was legabe tzitzis. Is a talis, which is alt cheles, is it chayev b'tzitzis or a pater? So amalan chayeves. It's still chayev. So he's chilul Yisrael kolav. So Korach began to laugh at Moshe. Hastes that Korach, whatever his shita was, his position brought him to the conclusion that a talis which is full of tcheles should not be obligated with tzitzis. So that's a second thing, which Alter Rebbe is going to explain. In fact, this is the Even HaBeichen, that the Alter Rebbe is going to explain the Indian of tzitzis, which really is on that is mevusis, on that is founded the whole shita of Korach. And a third thing the Alter Rebbe brings from the Medrash, v'gam isa b'rabbis sheniskane levisha b'leviyim namar v'viyu tar v'arein achiv kishtei. So by the Leviyim, there was the Indian of Aviru Tar. They shaved their whole bodies. V'arein achiv kishtei. Aaron was mekushit, was adorned with beautiful clothing. The Hainu Mashakasav Kishem and Atev Yir Al Azakins Kan Aaron. That Kishem and Atev Yir Al Azakins Kan Aaron. That pasuk, as we learned in other places, represents the fact that the shemen is the Cyrus of Aaron is Kan Aaron. That's what is through that is brings down the Indian of shemen, which is the Indian of kedusha. So by Korach it was the Indian of, by Korach was the Indian of, or by the Leviyim was the Indian of Virutar, which is to remove the Cyrus, to remove all the hair. By Aaron was the Indian of Shemen HaTev Yered Al Hazak. The Indian of Dafkid, the hair was a very instrumental part in the Hamshacha, bringing down the Kedusha. So that's a third aspect of that we see the machlokes of Korach and Moshe and Aaron. So the Alter Rebbe, like we said before, he tafke chapsan, the Indian of tzitzis. The tzitzis is the Even HaBeichen. That when we understand tzitzis, so we understand what was the machlokes, what was Korach's taina, that a talis shekulet cheles shouldn't need tzitzis. With that, we'll understand the whole Indian of the whole machlokes. What was bothering him? Allah calls that tzarich lahav and tchila mat mizer in the mitzvah tzitzis. First, we need to understand abyssal. You see that Alter Rebbe uses a lashon, ma'at mezer, a little bit of a little bit. We'll find other places. It's as much as even the Alter Rebbe spends considerable time, but the Indian is a Indian nifla, and so ma'at mezer. We need to a little bit of a little bit. Mitzvah tzitzis. The Chsiv, mitzvah tzitzis, it says Vaslam tzitzis, psul tcheles. There's two aspects of tzitzis. You have uschartem. Tzitzis represents to the two inyanim klalim. You have the Indian mitzvahs essay, uschartem, you remember the mitzvahs, which mainly is Indian mitzvahs essay, but it's the mitzvahs b'chlal. But mitzvahs essay b'frat. And then you have the V'leisasuru. The V'leisasuru achel levavchem v'achrei nechem is the Indian mitzvah sleisasa. And all of that is, you have the tzitzis, and then you have the tchelis. The tzitzis is mainly the Indian of the mitzvah essay, and the tchelis is the Indian of mitzvah leisasei. The whole idea of leisasei is to be surmira, is to remove the negativity. That's mainly the Indian from tchelis. V'inyin the Inechsiv Malik. So the Indian Alter Rebbe is going to explain here is the Indian of Sevim and Male, or Makif and Pnimi. And that's really, this Indian of Sevim and Male, or Makif and Pnimi, is really the Indian of Tzitzis. The Beged of Tzitzis is the Indian of Makif. And the Tzitzis itself is the Indian of Pnimi. That's what Alter Rebbe is going on. So it says Melech al Eretz Kvedei. What's Pshat Kvedei? Hainu Ziv Yikari. That's the Ziv. That's the Ziv Ashchina. It's not the essence. It's only a Ha'ara. Uchsiv, it says in the pasuk, is a Shemayim V'Saretz Ani Malei. Ani Mamish. Ani is the Eibush himself. So l'chura, you have two psukim. Which one is it? Is it molecular? It's kvedei. If the world is filled with the Eibush himself, so obviously it's Eibush isn't here and it can ganzen, but the kvedei it's only the kavod of the Eibush. It's only ha'ara of the Eibush there.
Interesting. The Shemaim V'Saretz Ani Malei sounds like Mamale also, but it's Ani, so it's
right. So mitzad, he says you have the same word, malay, or malay. So, but one place is kvedi, the other one says ani. We do that really we're talking about two pchinas. Malay klam and v'seiv klam. V'zeu gam kein in interior mitzvahs. He says you have the Indian of malay. What's the difference between malay and seiv? So Malay is the way the Elikus is mislabish in every single nivra. Mitzad his Inyan. Mitzad the Inyan of the nivra. So every nivra, its identity and its gdarim is dictated by the likus, which it gives it its Inyan. Mashenkin Soivev Hases, the Eibusher is Fazich. Is B'meila B'tzad the Inyan of Memalik Kalamin, the way the likus is mislabish and veld. So it's only a ha'ara. Mashenkin, the Indian of Seviv Kalam and Ani, so that it's not the pshat that there the Eibusher's Iberal is gefinzich everywhere. So mitzad Eibusher himself, so it's not mugder in Welt, the way the Lefi the Gdarim, Lefi the definition of Welt. It's the Eibusher is everywhere, and the Mele, like it says, Hu mekayme shaleilam ve'en ele mekayme. So that's the meaning of as a Shemayim V'Saretz Ani Malei. V'zeu gam kin interior mitzvahs. These two inyanim. This is the Inyan of Malay, and the Inyan of Seviv is also the Inyan of Torah and mitzvahs. He says Torah is the Inyan that Serasa b'seich meyai. Torah is the Inyan of, or what's brought down in other places, is the Inyan of Mazin and Levush. Torah is the Inyan of Mazin, And mitzvah is the Indian of lavush. What's the difference in mazon and lavush? Mazon is the Indian that is the feed, that is b'seich me'ai. That's mislabish in the person and gives him chayis. Mashen kedin of lavush gives him a protection. The Hinech says in the pasuk in Daniel, that levushe kitlag chivar means that it's a klag is a sheleg. Levushe, his levush is like white snow. Usareshe kamarneke, and the sareshe is kamarneke, which is amar is tzemer, and neke is pure. So you see in the pasuk, he's talking about alikus, the Eibishter. He's talking about two dargas in alikus. One is a darga of levushe, is a levush. The other one is sareshe, Cyrus. V'hainu, ki b'chinas seir kol min nikra levushe. That's the Indian of levush. K'mesh kosav Hashem malach geus lavish. The Indian of the Eibishter is guards himself with geus, lavish. V'zeu sheirish Indian mitzvah shnikra levushin. He says that Indian alikus, with the Eibishter is a levush, the Indian of levush, that's the Indian of mitzvahs, that's the sheirish Indian mitzvahs. Ubachina sareshe, hainu mashameir b'chinam spnimi, l'yisumali kalamin, vusher shatera. So that's the Indian of Torah, the Indian of Muslim.
So Torah is Mamali.
Yeah.
Sisters are Seviv.
Now we're talking about it. You have the Indian of Malin Seviv the way it is in Velt. It's just in creation of the world. You have, that's the pasuk, the two psukim that we brought before. That's the Indian of Mamali and Seviv the way it is in Velt. Then you have the way it is in Alikus. The way it is in Alikus, that's the Indian of Torah mitzvahs. The Sheirish Indian of Torah mitzvahs, the Indian of, which is the Levushim, the Levush and Cyrus, that's the way the Alikus comes out in Velt. So mitzvahs represent both inyanim. He's aside the Indian of Seviv, inside the Indian of Malin. In tzitzis rather. Mitzvah tzitzis yesh klolos beis abchinas eilim. Ki atalis u'bechinas levushim. V'lechein ikar mitzvahs talis lavin mitzamer akvasim. The Alter Rebbe is saying that mitzvahs represent the Indian of levush. Is the mele the ikar mitzvah of tzitzis is what? Is that it should be at mitzamer. To bring out, he says, mitzvahs represent, the tzitzis rather represent this Indian. Shu ki Indian levusha kitla chiva. He says that's the remes shebedavar. B'chinas seviv klamen. The tzitzis themselves, heim gam came min knaf. He says it has to be a min knaf, similar to the beged. So it's seviv, it's connected with seviv. Behind the bechinas usarish kamer the lamed beis chutin, the tzitzis is bechinas lamed beis nesivas chachma. So that's the remez of the nesivas chachma. That's the gilui, the way it is, the way it's nimshach in memale, which begins chachma me'ayin timatzeh, begins with chachma. And within Chachma itself is Lamed Beis Nesiv is Chachma. The Lamed Beis says the Nesiv. The Nesiv is a derech, is a pathway. This is the pathway. He says with Chachma is Mislabish, the way the Likus is Mislabish in Ishtalshus. Mashinimshach lahar b'chinas or pnimi. Ka'achachma nikar reishus hagilui. V'achachma me'ayin timatzeh. and then from there is nimshach in all the other in all the spheres. And that's the inyan of Torah. Zeo inyan ein kavod al Torah. Kavod v'hainu kavod ilah. This is that's the inyan of Chachma. Lamed Beis Nasiv is Chachma. Baruch kved havayim im krimi. Baruch kved havayim im krimi is the hamshacha of kavod bim krimi into Welt. Okay, so what did the Alter Rebbe here gave us the two inyanim of Makiv of Seivim and Mali, but that how it's reflected within the mitzvah of tzitzis itself. You have the two inyanim of Makiv and Pnimi. It's the beged and the tzitzis. ועניינו קיר פנימי, היינו מה שנכנס המסיישב בכלי, בבחינת ישב והדרגה מעלה ומטה. פנימי is the air which is mesiyashiv ba'keli. It's the keli is able to be teifasit. B'bchinas yesher v'adraga ma'ilo mata. You have three. It's sometimes the Indian is brought either. Sometimes it says Sever and Malay. Sometimes it says Makif and Pnimi. Sometimes it says Igulim and Yesha. Each bring out a different Indian. The Alter Rebbe is using the word Yesha here. He says later on also the Indian Igulim. Igulim is Indian of Sever, and Yesha is the Indian of Pnimi. כי אור פנימי היינו מה שנכנס מסיישב בכלי בכנס ישב והדרגה, מיילו מטה, חב"ד חגס נהי. ובכנס אור מקיף הוא מה שלא היה יכול להיכנס בכלי לכלל, מפני גדל יראה. ונשאר למיילו מן הכלי בכנס מקיף. וגם הוא בכנס עיגול. That's the meaning of עיגול, a circle שהרי מקיף, הריש והרגל כאחד. והנה ידוע בעץ חיים עניין הקו וחוט שנמשך מאמצעי ברוך הוא שהוא כדי להסתמשך ומאיר וכנסר פנימי. The whole meaning of kav and chut is, what's the kav and chut? The kav, it's there that it should be able to be mislabish in a pnimius. The whole idea of kav is to be that it should be modded, it should be measured. Shu kidei nimshach umeir v'chinesar pnimi. V'reishas hagilu is b'chachma. That's the idea of chachma v'nikar memalik lamed. Shemeir v'chalolim l'fi erkei. Omnam b'chines sehu kol almin. V'suar in seif ha'makiv l'chalolim is b'shavim reish ta'ak ad rag l'asiyah v'gam makiv v'sakav. Mashiach in Sefer Kol Almin is not mitzad Sefer Kol Almin, so everything is the same. Is mashve it surrounds, it transcends all the dagas. V'hinei shirish hamakifim nimshah b'chinas igulim. So the shirish of all the makifim, because you have makifim in every darga. In each darga you have a makif. In all the elims themselves, you have a makif of that elim, which is basically, that's the meaning of keser. Keser is makif. So in each elim you have a keser. So the chura, the nimshach, the kaver is amshacha in klolas seder ishtalshus. So even though it's nimshach through the kaver chut, shemanu nimshach in gam makifim shel chol ha'elamis, Afal bikein sheresh hamakifim nimshu b'chinas igul gadol makav v'sakav v'chut. The Tzemach Tzedek brings the marshal of the Indian. You have seichel and midas, al derech. He says seichel and midas, even though seichel brings forth the midas, but it's not the pshat that midas come from seichel. Midas have acher sheresh. But nevertheless, it comes through seichel. It's megala din of midas. Al derech zeh, you say the gabi dibur. Right, dibur comes from the nefesh alein, the ruach ma'ala, but it comes through the from the midas. Al derech zeh, the kavin chut brings forth the inyan of the gulim haprati, because as we said, there's the keser haprati, but really the sherish of the keser is from the igul hagadol. So you see, there's a ha'ara here from the Tzemach Tzedek. On the next column, skip the ha'ara. Aval ha'ar pnimi nimshu b'chinas hayesher. In Likutei Torah, different than Torah, it's hard to know where all the different places where the Tzemach Tzedek, the ha'aras of the Tzemach Tzedek came in. Sometimes there's a sugrayim, it's a parentheses, but sometimes it comes in without a parentheses. So it's hard really to know unless you have another hanacha and you start, if you compare it. So there's different hanachas of the maimarim. Like for example, this maimer. So it's a maimer that was said Gimel Tammuz, Tafku Samach Beis, right? 1802. So you have different. What do you call it? You have this maimer that we are learning now is hanacha of Ramesha, the Alter Rebbe's son. But then you have also the maimer the way it was. You have hanacha from the Tzemach Tzedek. You have hanacha from the Mittler Rebbe. So when you look, in other words, if you look at the different hanachas, so it's easier to discern where the aras from the Tzemach Tzedek. Aval ha'ar pnimi nimshu b'chinas hayesher. Uba'akdama zu, he says, so making this hakdama of the difference between our pnimi and our makiv, or igulim and yesher. So Yuvan Indian Aliyas Ha'ilim is nun alafim yevlis. So when it says, the Arizal says that there's nun alafim yevlis, 50,000 yevlis. So all of that is there. That's all bar pnimi. Hester she's galer isliyin yeser ba'kelim al yidei aliyas v'zdachos hakelim. So this Indian of the air which is meyushav in the keli. So and the keli is misdachech. That's all within. That's the system, which is nun alafim yevlis. K'may gan eden atachten b'chinas kli legili er v'ziv mein tzei baruch hu. V'gan eden elyon u'kli legili er v'tayne gadol v'nayli yiselein shir alor shebegin atachten. One level about another level. V'nichsiv ba'adam arishin v'anicheya b'gan eden lavdo l'shamra. All of this is all in the Megillah and pnimi. Pirush Gan Eden Shuata Tzina Kabbalah Schar La Mitzvahs Hayaz Etzel Adam Rishon B'chinas Makom Aveda Kamish Etzlinu Ata Elam Hazeh. So for Adam Rishon, that was his Makom Aveda, was in Gan Eden. But that he says the Elam was on a higher level, on a more refined level, but it's outside Pnimi. The Kabbalah Schar Elam Elam in Gan Eden. So then the Kabbalah Schar, which is even going on a higher level, that was higher than Gan Eden. V'lo Gan Eden etzla nefshe lukinas Kabbalah Schar. Ki ima yetzla b'chinas mother k'me'ata etzla elam hazeh. So mitzad pnimi. So it's relative. The Indian of of the Makom Aved. Our Makom Aved is Elam Gashmi. Our schar is Gan Eden. By Adam Rishon, Makom Aved was Gan Eden. His schar was hechad in that. V'zel shekosav vayita v'ayelikim gan. Vayita, what's Vayita? Haina b'chinas asiyah. The Indian of Vayita is asiyah. He says by mitzad the way it was before the chet. So Vayita, the asiyah, Elam asiyah was in Gan, was Gan Eden. Ki oz kil machet gam close Elam asiyah. B'chinas al yinahar b'yeser v'yeser v'mashuata. V'zeh yuvan aliyah Elam is. So mitzad, he says, mitzad pnimi. So then you understand also aliyah Elam. What's she's galo eres yenim yeser ba'kelim. He says, what does it mean aliyah Elam? That there's more gilui ad shemasha'ato b'chinas atzilos yilasla b'chinas asiyah. The hainu she'elam asiyah lasla v'yiyah be'agilu sh'achshav atzilos. What does it mean that asiyah is going to be atzilos? Means that asiyah la'asilav is going to be a keli for the gilui that's in atzilus. Or b'chinas atzilos la'asilav v'yiyah yeser gavei lein kates. When they she's galo, it is gilim yeser ba'kelim. So all of that is the Indian of gilui pnimi. V'zeh kol gilui eres pnimi ba'kelim. She's gali yeser in kates, and that's the pshat nun alafim yevlas. Avalagabi makiv shalamayla me'akav. Hamakif mireshak ad ragle asiyah b'shaveh. So sham ain't shinui klal. Over there, you don't have a shinui between one darg and the next. Shari makiv latzilus asiyah b'shvachas. And mitzad in a makiv l'chein amar azal yof v'shachas b'shuv v'maisim teilim b'elmazam mikol chay elam habo. So the lashon is chay elam habo, chay lashon rabim, hainu gam mikol ha'chamishim alafim yevlas. So here you have the mile of mitzvahs. The mitzvahs is yafesh ra'achas mikol chay. Even mikol chay elam haba is all the aliyahs, which is when you misbeinin all the aliyahs, even the aliyah that elam asiyah is going to be that has the gilui of elam atzilus. Hashem rak megilui pnimi because altzis megilui pnimi. Shehu b'china ziv ha'ara. B'yud nivrei lam haba, yud tzimtzum gadol. Avaleis machshava tvisa beklal v'mosavat smusay dei b'shtralein. Avaydei tshuva, he says, ales machshava is all the aliyahs, what vessels on, whatever level it'll be, is not tefis Eibush himself. Which is saving kalam, which is mahusivat musay. That's how the Rebbe explains the two psukim. This is the two psukim that we started with the difference with the Shemaim V'Zaretz Ani Mali and Malay Chalaretz Kvedi. We say when you make the psukim, we see the Shemaim V'Zaretz Ani Mali Ani Mamish. We see Malay Chalaretz Kvedi Ani Rak B'Chana Zivulei Ani Mamish. V'Inyin Kimat Shekosav Ani Mali Zeh B'Chana Serin Tzei Baruch HaSeviv U'Makiv La'Kav L'Chalei L'Mis B'Shaveh Ki Seviv U'Makiv. So when we say Seviv U'Makiv, because it says Ani Mali, so the Alter Rebbe asks is Bavarin. What's Pshat Seviv U'Makiv? Ein HaPirush Shemakiv Melamayla Ki Adrab Leisa Sarpani Minei Mamish. Zeh Ani Mali V'Gam Es Shemayim V'Zaretz B'Shaveh. Rak Shniker Seviv. Why is it called Seviv? L'Fisheina Musik B'Shumelam. V'Eina Mislabish B'Asaga. We don't have a verstand. Is within Elam itself. They have a musik. And the Alter Rebbe brings a mashal, and then he ends off at the end of the. So Alter Rebbe brings a mashal to understand the meaning of makif. To understand the difference between makif and pnimi, the Alter Rebbe brings a mashal, the gabi machshava. It's brought down in other places that the machshava is within the whole with gefinzach in the guf, even though it's not mislabish. It's there, but it's not felt. It's not. That's the union of what's brought down in Chassidus. A person wants to move his aver, so he's automatically. It's not the pshat that it's mislabish. It doesn't take any time, which is an indicator that it's not mislabish in the guf. Nevertheless, it's nimtza. So Derech said the union of makiv, the seviv is nimtza, even though it's not muslim. Okay. We'll stop here. It's also Hagdama to understand the machlekes of Korach and Moshe.